Hey everyone, welcome to the Remote Professional Network. On this channel, we highlight remote and hybrid global jobs around the world. So whether you're located in the United States or another country, there's probably something here for you. If you don't see a job that you like in this video, go ahead and look through the other videos. We do post a video almost about every day. And if you don't see anything there, just head straight to our job board, remoteprofessionalnetwork.com. Today we're going to dive into two data entry positions. These are both going to be United States positions, so as long as you are located in the United States, you're going to be able to apply to these jobs. So let's go ahead and dive into this first one. This first job is going to be posted by GT Independence. They are looking for a data entry specialist, as we can see. And again, apologies for the ads. They're covering some of the words, so we're still getting that fixed. If you go ahead at any point and apply for the position, it should bring up a new page that should give you just a full page. So just a heads up on that. This one is going to be $15 per hour. This is a full-time position, so you do need to, have a little bit of a flexible schedule there. In this position, you're going to be working a lot with DocuSign. So I don't know if any of you out there have ever worked with DocuSign. It's basically a contract system. You might be working a lot with the sales team, I would assume, then as well. If the sales team's sending in a lot of contracts, you might be doing that. Or you might just be kind of in the back end, just updating the documents and ensuring that they actually get the proper names, saving the documents in the document management system. So you're going to be basically, managing a lot of the documents. All right. So some of the other things that you're going to be doing: timesheet reviewing, time tracking, proofing and posting, disbursements, reviewing overlap and overtime reports, and accurately and efficiently complete payroll checklists for assigned agencies, and more than that too. All right. As far as requirements, they would like you to have a high school diploma or GED equivalent. They would like you to have knowledge of administrative and clerical procedures and systems such as word processing, managing files and records, and other office procedures and terminology, and just a bunch of other soft skills as well, okay? So as far as, what I would put on my resume, we can see here they want you to be competent in using Microsoft programs. So if you're out there, guys, and you're looking for these non-phone positions, I would highly recommend that you get some kind of certification in Microsoft tools. And if you don't get a certification, just do some training and attach that in your resume. Send them some spreadsheets that you worked on, some data tables, and definitely use examples of projects that you completed in the past, whether you've led them or just participated. That would be a great way to actually show that you've used these Microsoft programs in an efficient way. Okay, and then we see here just a bunch of more soft skills. So at the top here, it sounds like it could be a little bit, intimidating. Knowledge of administrative and clerical procedures. They just use fancy words sometimes, guys. So if you don't have experience doing this, I would be willing to bet that you're going to be able to. So definitely, if you are entry level or have not done a job like this before, I would still throw my hat in. I would still definitely apply to this job. The biggest thing that you're going to need skill-wise in these data entry positions, you're going to be working with data a lot, right? So you're going to definitely want to be trained up in Microsoft Excel, maybe Microsoft Power BI, something like Smartsheet, any other software or tool that you use to track and maintain data. That's really what you're going to want to focus on in the resume and cover letter if you decide to do that as well. All right, let's jump into the next job. This is also a data entry specialist. So it's basically going to be roughly the same role. You might have a little bit of, discrepancies as far as what you're going to be responsible for, but ultimately we can see here you're going to be entering data into the database and really just kind of working with a lot of the, processing, costs and whatever and whatnot, financial sheets and things like that. In this position, though, you are going to be paid $16.50 per hour. So this is a little bit higher pay. That could amount to a decent amount, $1.50 more per hour. This is a full-time work-from-home remote data entry job, so definitely a good opportunity here. This is going to be a long-term contract. The hours are going to be Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. They did not list the time zone, though, so definitely you might want to clarify that if you do get an interview. And they are also going to be providing training. So Manpower is a staffing company. They're pretty well known, so definitely if you do a great job in this position, they're going to find you something else. Or we can see here, this is an excellent opportunity to work for a Fortune 100 company. So if you work for a Fortune 100 companies, guys, through a staffing company, and you do a great job, they're probably going to hire you too. They might find somewhere else for you to, work inside the company, even if it's not data entry necessarily. And always remember too, I always say on this channel, if you have a choice between working for a small company and a big company, in my opinion, I believe that you're going to be more successful in a bigger company, right? You're going to have a lot more opportunities. You're going to have access to the internal job board, not as a contract worker, but if you get employed afterwards, you're going to get access to what's called an internal job board. And that is where these big companies, they post the jobs internally before they go out to the public, so that you get a little bit of a leg up in applying to positions that you might want, right? So that's a really efficient way to really upgrade your career and move up really fast, okay? So again, this one, I'm not going to go too much into this. It's basically just your basic data entry requirements. You need to know Microsoft Excel, etc., data spreadsheets and things like that. And again, $16.50 per hour, full remote job, long-term contract, Monday through Friday. Training is provided. So if you're more of an entry-level data entry specialist, this might be the one for you. If you have a little bit more experience, that previous one that we were looking at with GT Independence, it looks like they might want a little bit more experience, but I do still believe this would be considered entry-level as well. All right, we will see you next time. Don't forget to watch our most recent video, and if you don't like either of these jobs, head to remoteprofessionalnetwork.com to check out other jobs on our job board. Subscribe to the channel. We also post links to jobs. We don't cover every job that we get on our job board and videos. We post links in the community tab as well. So if you are looking for something else, you have a couple places to check. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get first notifications. You want to also subscribe so that you get our community tab. And then if you don't want to do either of those, you can just head to remoteprofessionalnetwork.com, and we have a bunch of other remote job openings too. Take care, and we'll see you next time.